Quitmate, go ahead.
Me or...
A time for change is upon us.
Any other bright ideas? What is up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the always optimal Dr. Disaster, and Netflix has been on a roll lately with releasing trailers for material that people aren't particularly thrilled with. The Season 4 trailer for The Witcher with Liam Hemsworth has now reached a ratio of damn near 5-1.
Oh, shit.
Not only is this ratio really bad for the trailer, but look at the view count on it. After a week, they are at 1.8 million views on this teaser trailer for Season 4 of The Witcher, but if you go back to Season 2 of the show, and the teaser trailer for that, which was before all of the firing of Henry Cavill drama, you can see that they had hit damn near 9 million viewers. In other words, these days people are entirely checked out on a show that had the potential to be one of the all-time greats on the Netflix platform.
I don't give a rat's ass.
And this sort of reaction to that trailer was surprising, because Netflix always seems to get by with it whenever they put out controversial shit. Here is the Masters of the Universe trailer from a few years back, and as you can see here, it was not ratioed, not at all, despite the show doing the old bait and switch, replacing He-Man as the main protagonist in his own show with Teela, because girl power, or whatever.
This diva needs her stage.
Hey lady, shut up!
That is why it was so surprising to see what happened with the Witcher trailer, but it's even more surprising to see what's happened with the Splinter Cell trailer that we covered the other day. When I put out my video on the Splinter Cell trailer, it was encouraging to see that people were obviously noticing that Netflix was preparing to do another bait and switch on us, but I did not expect this trailer to get ratioed, and yet here we are. It looks like enough people have opened their eyes to this shit, at least when it comes to certain franchises. We are sick and tired of these morons buying up beloved IP and then not sticking to the source material and changing things up for their social justice BS.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Alright me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me recently that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure that you check on that, and there's been a lot of talk about restricted mode being automatically enabled for a lot of users on YouTube, which would cut you off from a lot of your favorite channels, so don't forget to check into that as well, and turn it off if it has been turned on and you don't want it. But let's take a look at what's happened to this Splinter Cell trailer for the Netflix show. So, the other day, when I first covered this trailer, this is what the numbers looked like on it. After a day, roughly, they were at about 170,000 views, and the ratio was almost a 6-to-1 positive ratio with 8.2 thousand likes versus 1.4 thousand dislikes. Sure, the comments were bad, and I expected that people would cut into the positive ratio a pretty good amount, but I certainly had no idea that folks would flock to the dislike button quite like they did. If you look now, they have doubled the views on this trailer from a few days ago, being at 344,000 at the time of this recording, and the dislikes are now firmly ahead of the likes, with 12,000 upvotes to 16,000 downvotes. I sure didn't see that one coming, but it looks like this struck a chord with people. we have simply seen this same sort of show play out too many times on Netflix by now. I talked about Masters of the Universe earlier, and what they did with that show is perfectly emblematic of exactly what most people expect from Splinter Cell from just looking at this trailer. The black woman McKenna was introduced, and clearly Sam Fisher will start training her up as they go along. When you combine that with the way that Sam is now quite old, it doesn't take much of an imagination to see where all of this is going. Sam will die or retire, and he will pass the torch on to McKenna. And since the show has been confirmed as canon, as a part of the Ubisoft gaming series, then they will use this as an excuse to push new Splinter Cell games with McKenna, the black gal, as the lead. And considering that this is Ubisoft, you just know that they are licking their lips in anticipation of the opportunity to do this, to replace the classic white male lead from this game with a woman of color. I mean, look at what they did with Assassin's Creed Shadows and Yasky. Or look at how they basically replaced Han Solo with a Hispanic chick in Star Wars Outlaws last year. And not only that, but they made sure that the character in Star Wars Outlaws was ugly as hell. They are bound and determined to forsake the male audience for these franchises for the folks who want to see progressive propaganda shoved into it instead. I mean, look at this character from the movie poster of Splinter Cell here. I'm not certain, but I've heard some people tell me that they think this is supposed to be grim. So, she went from looking like this in the last game, a pretty normal looking gal, to whatever the hell this is. And you know, it doesn't matter who this character is supposed to be at the end of the day. It is simply evident that no matter what, they are determined to make the female characters ugly and the male characters sidekicks and sidelined. And obviously, as you can tell from the ratio on Splinter Cell, there are some franchises where you just can't do that no matter what. Look at some of the new comments on this thing as the dislikes poured in on the trailer. This guy quoted McKenna from the trailer, "It's not me they want, she's not wrong." And then this person wrote, "Sam Fisher is gonna get the Indiana Jones treatment and get sidelined." This guy said, "They laid the bait, and now we see the switch. Bravo." And of course he's talking about the fact that people were, at least at first, psyched about the announcement of a Splinter Cell show, and that drew people in. But now, these people at Netflix are making it clear that Sam Fisher is not going to remain the focal point of his own series, not for long. But then this person said, "Old white sidelined protagonist, a plethora of girl bosses, nostalgia bait and switch, Splinter Cell got the Netflix treatment." The message is strong in this one. I already see 4 to 5 women as leaders with weird haircuts, and men as villains except Sam. Sam being sidelined in favor of a black girl boss is so Netflix. Pass. And that really says it all, doesn't it? I think that is why we saw this trailer get ratioed right away, before we even know for certain that this is the direction that Netflix is going with it, because they have told this type of story so many times over the past decade that it has become a trope, a tired old trope that keeps getting used not because it's a beloved form of storytelling, but because it is a beloved tool of activists to try to push their shit onto the rest of the world. Well, it isn't working, at least not as well as it used to. The laws of diminishing returns are kicking in. Look at what happened to Star Wars after they decided to crap all over Luke Skywalker. That franchise will never be the same. There are countless examples of it over and over. Not only has the message just plain worn thin, but at this stage, fan bases have gotten extremely adept at sniffing it out. We are sensitive to this sort of crap, and we just assume that these idiots are bullshitting us before the product is even released. The amazing thing is that not even Netflix is immune to the negative feedback. Now, considering what a massive company that Netflix is, with hundreds of millions of people subscribed, it will take more than a simple ratio on a trailer to really get their attention, but this is at least a start. Keep letting them know how you feel about this crap whenever you see it. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your contempt for the likes of Netflix and Ubisoft into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.